What's up, my YouTube foodies? Thank you for joining me on another episode of Cooking with the Art Show. Before we deep dive into this best lasagna ever video, I just want to provide a little context and how this video came about. I got this dual zone temperature control wine fridge from my coworker practically for free. It was used, so I did have to invest a little bit into it to get it working, but I didn't feel all right not giving my coworker any money, so I suggested I give him a big pan of lasagna, which he's actually been asking for the last month now. So here's the fridge. It's again dual zone temperature control. It holds up to 30 bottles of wine. It is used. It's about 8 years old. Retail on a dual zone temperature control wine fridge is about $600 to $700. So I freaking got this for about $100 and some elbow grease, hard work to get it working. Just give you a little quick demo, a little tour. Got the reds, sparklings, rosés, and whites. And if you want to see how we got it working, me and my pops, and just the whole saga of getting this wine fridge, be on the lookout for my second YouTube channel. I'm gonna drop a video there. This is gonna be featured on there as well. Another thing I want to go over, I'm almost at 50 subscribers. I have 42 subscribers on Cooking with the Art Show as of now, and I want to thank each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart for subscribing and liking the videos. Please leave a comment down below at this video, and as soon as I get 50 subscribers, I'm gonna pick somebody randomly from the comment section, and I'm gonna give them a reward, probably like a gift card or something. So that way I don't have to ship anything. I can just give them the numbers and whatnot. So just be on the lookout for that. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, and all that good stuff. All right, let's get into it. Dutch oven preheated at medium-high heat. Throw in the oil, make sure the oil gets hot. Then we throw in our garlic and onions. Tomato paste early in the saute process so we can cook through that tomato taste, that raw tomato taste. A little beef bouillon. Also want to caramelize that up. If you don't have bouillon paste, you can use the cubes or you can use beef stock, which they sell in cartons. Salt and pepper. I always salt and pepper in layers, so you'll see me add salt and pepper a few times here. And look at that caramelization. That little burnt bottoms, that's all added flavor. Don't be scared of that. Now we're adding our ground bison. You could use ground beef. I just like bison over beef because I feel like it's a cleaner meat. There's not so many additives and junk in it, so it just does the trick for me. Now we're gonna go ahead and season the meat here. Season very well. Smoked paprika, that's a nice little hidden gem in this recipe. Salt, black pepper, like I told you, always season in layers here. Red chili flakes, you can opt these out, but I feel like this adds very nice chili flake taste to the Bolognese sauce. So right here you want to make sure you mix everything very, very thoroughly, as I'm doing now. As much as effort and love you put into this sauce is as good as it's gonna taste. I literally put my heart into this and it came out spectacular. So now we're gonna add our liquids here. One thing I didn't show on camera is I added Italian seasoning and oregano in this sauce, and I recommend adding it once you add your liquids such as your Worcestershire sauce, your red wine, and your Marinara sauce. So now we're going to bring it to a slow boil and then turn it down to simmer it. Notice how it's already starting to reduce. You see that reduction line up at the top? We're going to reduce maybe about 4 to 5 inches once we're finished here, so all the flavors are just going to concentrate. And always make sure to taste as you go. How do you know it's good if you don't taste it, right? How do you know it's good on salt or pepper? You always want to taste periodically and adjust seasoning. We're going to add some cream right here. Oh, they're the dried herbs I didn't show on camera. So we added the cream. We're gonna go ahead and reduce it now. All right, that's about it. It's fully reduced. Take it off the heat, let it cool. And of course, you know, working hard in the kitchen, gotta reward myself. Yum yum, Old Vine Zinfandel. All right, so now we let this cool for about 30 minutes now, and we're gonna add the baby spinach. So we let it cool because if we add the spinach right away, it's just gonna frickin' cook through the spinach, and we don't want that. Since we're throwing this lasagna in the oven, we don't want the spinach to get so mushy and just tasteless. So we want to make sure we fold it in once it's cooled and barely wilt the spinach. Now we're going to work on our bechamel sauce. I added shallot and ginger here. You can leave this out, it's totally up to you. I had these ingredients at home and I just decided to add them. So we're working on infusing that butter with the shallot and ginger. Once it's translucent, we can go ahead and add more butter and the flour to make a roux. Now this roux right here was too dry, so I added 1 more tablespoon of oil. That should do the trick. We want like a gritty mud consistency, like that right there, like a clay. More of a wet clay. Now we're adding our milk in parts. We're gonna do it in 3 to 4 parts. We do half a cup at a time. Notice when I added the milk initially, I took it off the heat. I did that because if the pan is too hot or the pot is too hot and you add the milk, it's gonna burn, it's gonna scorch right away. So make sure you have your temperature control there. And as you see, we're adding it in parts. We add 1 part, we let it come to a boil, it thickens up, and then we add more liquid, let it come to a boil, it thickens up, and so on. And like I said, always taste, always season in layers. And finally, the last cup of milk, and we're just gonna let this come to a slow boil. That way it thickens up. A roux never thickens up to its full potential unless it comes to a boil. And now we're adding some goat cheese once it's finished, and we're gonna strain it. Look how nice and thick it is. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and get the lasagna going. We're gonna assemble that. First, some marinara sauce on the bottom of the pan because we're using no boil lasagna sheets, and we wanna have some moisture down there so they don't stick and so they can cook as well. And I'm doing these sheets staggered so we have a nice base at the bottom and it just doesn't fall apart once we serve it. Alright, notice how the spinach is just barely wilted, it's not even fully cooked through. That's what we wanted. Beautiful. And we're going to make sure we have a nice even layer, same thickness all around. We're going to do 2 layers of Bolognese sauce, so that's the first layer. We're adding some bechamel on top for some added moisture for the lasagna sheets that we're going to place on top. Here we go. This is the second layer of lasagna sheets. Again, these are no boil. I got these at Trader Joe's. These are magnificent. I'm never going back to boiling lasagna. This right here was a game changer. First time using them. Now we're gonna do the rest of the Bolognese sauce. Again, spread it out evenly, even thickness all around. Make sure you coat everything. Every bite needs to be filled with tons of flavor. Can't get caught lacking. Alright, now some more bechamel here. Again, for some added moisture and flavor. Alright. Of course, gotta stay happy in the kitchen. Alright, now we've got some low moisture mozzarella. We're just gonna top it all off. Beautiful. And pour the rest of the bechamel sauce on top. This is the first time I've ever made a bechamel lasagna, and I don't think I'm ever going back to a traditional lasagna. This by far has been the best lasagna I've ever had. Now we're gonna sprinkle it with some Pecorino Romano Parmesan blend. Cover it with foil. Now before we throw it in the oven, I want to let it rest for like 10 to 15 minutes to make sure those moistures penetrate the lasagna sheets. That way they're not hard and crunchy when it's done. We bake it at 350 for 30 minutes, then uncover it, and another 10 minutes so it can get nice and brown on top, just like that. And I will say this lasagna here is a total game changer. You'll never go back, just like I won't. And that's just a little presentation. I didn't do a taste test this time, but trust me, this was the best lasagna you will ever taste in your life. Guys, let me know if you guys make this. Let me know how it went. Let me know if you need any tips. Please comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time.